Welcome to Minding Your Business, the show for really business, social, and musical entrepreneurs, very talented musical entrepreneurs. I'm your host, June Middleton. Our show this evening has those talented musical entrepreneurs with us, and they are absolutely exceptional in their performance and their playing. Entrepreneurs Lynn Bechtold and Mioi Takeda. They are a violin duo who play the music of the old masters, but they also come forward to play the music of our living composers, which is also a pleasure. And that's what they'll be doing this evening. They have performed in symphony orchestras, as well as they have performed on their own as a duo, a violin duo, Miolina. I am very pleased and happy to present to you and to have them on the show this evening, Mioi Takeda and Lynn Bechtold.
Thanks, June.
Beautiful piece, beautiful. I know the composer. Why don't you just get settled and come on over and sit down? And I think the very gifted composer, Rain Worthington, wrote that piece.
Yes, it's a lovely piece.
Oh, yes. Did she write it for you, or is this just violin duo pieces that she writes? I know that she writes a lot for orchestras and single solo violin performers, piano as well.
Yes.
Yeah?
Many instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Lynn found that her piece, and then
And it's called Night Stream?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, you were here,
I was.
Lynn.
5 years ago.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine? She was here with another New York Women composer member. Who was that? Deborah Kay.
Deborah Kay. Yeah.
Oh, that was great. That was a lot of fun.
It was
That
fun.
was a lot of fun. And as a matter of fact, Javier Oviedo, the classical saxophone player, who you both played in his concert at Carnegie Hall.
oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, he was there. He was here also with Deborah Kay.
Right, at the same time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is terrific. I'm happy to have you here and that
Thank you
you've
so
joined
much.
us. It's wonderful. And Lynn, you've been here before, so let's start with you. You've been very busy, haven't you?
I try to be busy.
Yeah.
It's good to
And
be
that's
busy.
not easy as a performing artist. It really isn't easy. Now, do you manage to book your own concerts or programs? Or are
Some,
you...
like with Miolina and some other groups that are ones that I'm sort of one of the main members, then those we tend to book ourselves, or
Is it very difficult to do that?
it
I
is.
would imagine.
But usually if you play some nice concerts, hopefully there's composers who try to schedule you on different concert series, or various concert series hear about you and then they invite you to play. So it's nice in that way. But then other things I played, I'm just called as a freelance musician. And then I get to play with some nice musicians or nice orchestras or
And
things
you
like
network that way and get referrals.
Exactly.
And get, that's
Exactly.
terrific. Because I know it's not an easy field to work constantly. I mean, a lot. You teach, don't you?
that. I do teach. Yeah.
Do you teach here in Manhattan?
I teach at Greenwich House
Dwight?
Music School and the Dwight School. I teach at both of those. Yeah.
That's terrific. And tell us about, I attended the concert that you both played in at Carnegie Hall. It was wonderful. It was really a delight to see you both there up on the stage.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I was trying to look for you, but
It was so crowded we couldn't
Well,
see.
there were a lot of people, thank goodness.
yeah.
So tell us though, where did you study?
I grew up in Pittsburgh, so I actually started playing violin in Canada, where I was living briefly with my family, and then I continued in Pittsburgh, and then I went to my undergrad in Boston at Tufts University and New England Conservatory, and then I came to New York for grad school, and I went to Manus.
Did you play on the television show 30 Rock?
I did.
What did you do?
I was lucky to be asked to play on the final episode of the whole series.
Oh my
So
gosh.
there was an octet of musicians, and so
And
it was a nice
also
experience.
Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Now, how did that come about?
That was a surprise. It was just, I was playing sort of a private concert in California, and he happened to be a guest. And so when we played his piece, he came up. That was a surprise. But that was a nice experience.
I had someone on the show who does electronic music, who was a Grammy winner with Stevie Wonder and one of his
Wow, that's
most
great.
well-known pieces. That's really, so you are very diversified.
I try to be. That's why it's nice to live in New York. You know, there's all different kinds of music here.
And we were talking a little bit before, you've also played rock music?
Yes.
Where do you do that? Here in Manhattan also?
Yes, I've toured with some different groups here and there. So some was in Manhattan, some around the U.S., some other countries.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have really had a very interesting experience so far being here in New York. Well, New York is your home now.
Yeah, it's been my home for a long time.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Mioi, it's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And did you study that Japan is your home?
Yes, I was born in Japan and came to New York 1996. That was a long time ago.
Oh, my
and I
gosh.
went to Juilliard.
Then you're a New Yorker now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, you are. And you said you went to Juilliard?
Yes, and then I went to University of New York and took my DMA.
So you're Dr. Takeda.
Yeah, nobody believes it.
She is. She's a doctor.
Yes, yes. And what's most interesting, you got your doctorate under the guidance of Itzhak Perlman.
Yes. Yeah.
His son was in school with my son.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God!
And
Really?
his wife and I were on the Parents Association.
Wow, that was wonderful.
Oh, yes, but I mean, it is so impressive that you had the opportunity
Yes.
to study with him.
Yeah, such an honor to study with him.
Oh, but you know the question that I have to ask you, who's your favorite character on The Big Bang Theory?
Sheldon.
My son turned me on to The Big Bang Theory, and now I love the show.
Me too.
As I'm in between me practicing law and you studying and practicing the violin and your music. Oh, that's so funny. I cracked up when I found out about liking The Big Bang Theory.
I'd love to see his show, upcoming his show on Broadway.
Oh, that's right, Jim
Yeah.
Parsons.
Yeah.
Mhm. Has it opened up yet?
From May 7th, I believe.
Have to get tickets.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's so interesting. I love talking to, and this is what I hear a lot. Musicians tell me, nobody ever talks to us. So you never know anything about what it is that you do and how you like the Big Bang Theory, but yet you are Dr. Takeda. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But let's hear some more music.
Sure.
All right, so tell us what, you can go ahead. Okay. What are you going to perform next? This is a piece that is, written by Karen Tanaka? Mm-hmm. And just go ahead and situate your music, and I'll just, you can put it on the chair right there behind you. Mm-hmm. Now, the name of it is Shibuya?
Yes, Shibuya, Tokyo.
Shibuya, Tokyo. And how long have you performed as a duo?
I think our first concert was in 2012.
Oh, my gosh. And how did you come to work together? What made you decide that you'd be a good duo?
Do you want to answer?
Oh,
well, we played in many other groups together, various chamber orchestras and other chamber ensembles, chamber groups. And so at some point we just thought it would be really nice to work together. We like working together. We're good friends.
Yes.
So.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay, so then let's hear this piece, please.
You want to check your...
Is that something like a Prokofiev piece that I think you have recorded, or it's?
Oh, that was from a live. Yeah, we had a Prokofiev. We played a Prokofiev sonata from a live.
Aha! Yeah, that's really exciting music. What's it like to play both living and gone composers? I mean, do you find there's much difference or a big difference?
We can talk to the composer first of all.
Oh, that's a big difference. That
Yes.
makes it,
then,
that's an important point,
we
isn't
can
it?
ask their opinions.
Unless you're doing a seance or just.
And we can also give them our opinion sometimes too, if something doesn't
yes,
work, or
yeah.
or they can tell us, well, we want it this way, different way, or you know.
Have you gotten to the point where you are commissioning work for yourselves?
We are working on it. And I asked Lynn to light the piece for us. So.
Right. And we have many composers have been really gracious and have just been nice to write us pieces. But we'd like to get to the level where we can maybe get a grant or something and then really commission them to write us something.
Now you bring up a very interesting point. You are seed grant winners from the New York
Yes.
Women Composers Group. Tell us about that. You had someone else here, a soprano, Sarah Parr, who was a seed grant winner with Beth Anderson, a composer.
Right.
Yeah. How did that work? What did you have to audition, or do you?
No, Lynn told me there's a grant by New York Women Composers, so I wrote.
She wrote the grant.
Very
Yeah.
simple thing, and then we got the grant.
We were lucky. Yeah, they chose us. So.
How long did it take for you to get a decision, for you to hear?
I think it took about 3 months, 3 months, and then we were told that we were one of the winners for 2014, and then they present a concert, or they help us present a concert, and we have to play, I think, a minimum of 3 of their members. So we mixed it. We had 4 of their members on our program, and then a few other composers.
And where did you do one of your concerts? Someplace here in Manhattan, in the Village?
Yes, we played at the Spectrum, which is East Village, in March 7th.
March 8th,
March
which is
8th,
International
yes.
Women's Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's good. That's good. Now, the piece that you played, that they accepted you and gave you the grant for, was that an original piece, or was it something?
Well, actually, on that program from the New York Women Composers, we played the Rain Worthington's piece that you heard tonight, Night Stream.
Night Stream.
And we played a piece by Deborah Kay called A Duet for Winter. So we played her piece on it, and then we played a piece by Beata Moon called A Silent Film. And then we played, Max Lifshitz is a conductor and founder of North-South Consonance.
Oh, he's having a concert on what, Sunday, I believe?
think so,
Yes, yes.
And so he's an honorary member of the New York Women Composers, and we play in his ensemble, so he was nice and wrote us a piece. So we premiered that on the
Yeah, I
concert.
went to a concert there not too long ago. Naila Nombiko, I believe, who's also a member of the New York Women Composers Group, was there, and she was on the show.
Oh, that's great.
As well. So I'm just so pleased and delighted to have this relationship with the organization, because we've had many members on. We've had people who have received grants like yourselves, and it's an enriching part of the show. I just love giving you this platform. It's just wonderful for me to sit and listen and watch you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so
perform
much.
as you do. Oh, it's just terrific. So, are you also planning a concert soon for the summer? Are you going to Paris?
Yes, we are going to Paris in June, and we have 2 concerts, June 23rd and June 26th.
And how did that get arranged? Are you playing as a duo?
We're playing as a duo. Our very first concert as a duo, we split the program with, I also have a violin-cello duo, and so we split the program with that, and we thought on that program it would be nice to have a piece where all 3 of us are playing, the 2 violins and also the cellist in my other duo. And
how many duos do you play with?
I have 2. So there was a composer based in Paris who had written to my violin-cello duo, Centripetal, asking, would you mind playing this piece of mine? It was kind of a performance art piece, and we could have other people playing, dancers and things like that, other instruments playing with us. And so we did a performance art piece of his, and he came from Paris to hear us. So he was very happy with the concert and for a while he's been trying to get us over there to play. So it took a lot of planning, but so this summer we're lucky and we get to go.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful because, I mean, you are absolutely on the cutting edge, it sounds like, of modern music. And a lot of music at this point is with electronic accompaniment, which we're going to get to in a minute. But, you know, thank you so much for being on the show and having this opportunity to hear you play this original music, which is also kind of like avant-garde a bit. And you are skilled, you are talented. It's obvious that you spend a lot of time with your music. And you're wonderfully gifted artists. It's a pleasure to have you here. So I also want to say thank you to Rain Worthington, who is really responsible for you being here, whom, as I said, I've met. In fact, she worked with Ed, helping him in the control room when we had the New York Living Composers group here. So it's just, it's a very close-knit association. Yeah. So, and I also would like to say thank you to our wonderful crew who have worked very hard to make sure that you were able to perform and get great tones. And our son, I want to say thank you to my son, our director, Ed, and a very special thanks to Rich here at Manhattan Neighborhood Network for making this show possible. You have been watching Minding Your Business, and it is quite a business to be a working musician. Very, very difficult, I'm sure. And it's the show, though, for entrepreneurs of every walk. And see yourself where you want to be. It's not easy, but you've done very well to get where you are. So, but in the time that we have left, you are a composer, Lynn. So we'd like to very much hear your piece. What is it called?
It's called Mini Haha Miniatures.
Okay, I think we'll understand that as we get into the music. So, and it has an electronic track. Just go ahead and get ready and get tuned. And it's going to be the violin duo, Miolina. Wonderful. And a pleasure again to present to you Mioi, Takeda, Dr. Takeda, and Lynn Bechtold. Please, thank you. It's yours.
many, 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 many,